Interim Vice Chairman Jonathan DeKnight says the Guam Solid Waste Authority Board of Directors, like a lot of people of Guam, are trying to figure out where it stands when it comes to Guam's solid waste system. Earlier this week, the board passed a resolution intended to do just that.
We passed a resolution to look into seeing if we can get a third party, possibly, hopefully the OPA, to just take a look at the Guam Solid Waste Authority and, how it's performing.
DeKnight says this resolution will hopefully help in addressing much of the discussion on the Guam solid waste system, including whether it would be affordable for the people of Guam and how there's a lot of projects related to the system that are still left to be completed, but without funding.
There's so much talk being said, and there's a lot being said, a lot coming from the GovGuam side and a lot coming from the federal receiver side on what's happening, So I think the board, along with the people of Guam, we just want to know what's the truth and where are we at.
While the Office of Public Accountability had done a financial audit of the Guam Solid Waste Authority before, a performance audit would be the first. DeKnight, meanwhile, says the board has been in existence for 2.5 years, yet feels they are not really involved in making decisions about Guam solid waste. Instead, he says, that's with a federal receiver.
But at some point here, the receiver is going to leave Guam, and we're all going to stay on Guam and live on Guam. So we just felt that it's important for us to really understand what's been happening the last 5 or 6 years under the receiver and where that's left us and what that means for us moving forward. Because right now, the way it looks, with all the projects pending, if the only way to fund this was through rates would have to go up, who knows, double? I mean, we don't know. So that's what we're just trying to find out from a financial perspective, where we're at and how we got there, and what does that mean for us moving forward. I think that's, we see that as our job.
And while it remains to be seen whether the OPA would provide any kind of recommendation, DeKnight also stresses the need to hire a general manager and controller to take over the responsibility of the receiver. He says in the next week, the board will put together the request to the OPA. He remains unsure, however, whether the OPA can in fact conduct such an audit on the GSWA. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.